Madam Clerk? Okay, great. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to call to order the Stanton City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority Joint Regular Meeting this evening. Tonight, we have a special guest who is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So if we'll all please stand, and Mary, you're in charge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under item number 5, we have special presentations and awards. Tonight, we are going to be honoring Mary DeVico on attaining the distinction of her 100th birthday. So you got to tell me, Mary, is DeVico Italian? Oh, some of them, okay. Okay, Patricia, can you bring her right up here, please?
I'm going to perform the roll call, if you don't mind, as well first. Roll call.
No? Just teasing. Go ahead, Patricia.
So we have Councilmember Warren, Councilmember Barrios, Councilmember Taylor is excused this evening, Mayor Pro Tem Torres, and Mayor Shaver. Thank you, sir.
If you let Mary come on up here so she can hear us. Just put her in the middle, over. How's that? Is that better? Okay, good.
You stay here. Wait, you're a little bit closer so he can hear you better. Okay. If that's all right.
Okay, I'm going to read this, okay, Mary? Here we go. We are dedicating this evening to a resident of Stanton for 45 years. Mary, you're a cherished member of our community. You're known for your love for family, including your 3 brothers and many beloved nieces and nephews. So you have a pretty good-sized family. That's great. You dedicated 30 years of your career to North American Rockwell and aerospace manufacturing, which is now part of Boeing. You contributed to the groundbreaking of the Apollo missions, the Space Shuttle, and the North American Sabreliner. Beyond your professional achievements, Mary, you have a creative spirit that enjoys making toys and painting. You're quite the artist. As we honor you for this century of living, we want to celebrate your legacy and dedication. Remember that Stanton is your home. You'll always have the love of all of us and your family and your community. So on behalf of all our council members, our staff, and the entire city, Mary, happy 100th birthday.
Test.
I just want to thank them.
Miss Mary says thank you.
Okay, we're moving on to the consent calendar. Have we received any correspondence?
Mr. Mayor, we have none.
Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address any items on the consent calendar? Okay, our consent calendar tonight is A, B, C, D, and E. Is there a motion to support the recommended actions? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Thank you. Got that? Okay, we're on item. Holy cow, this is so short. I should have set my world record tonight. Okay, we're on unfinished business. This is item 8A. This is approval of ordinance 1158. It's an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Stanton, California, amending Chapter 5.04 and adding Chapter 506 and Chapter 572, Title 5 of the Stanton Municipal Code relating to business licenses and regulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As Mr. Mayor had read the title of the ordinance number 1158, this ordinance was introduced at the regular City Council meeting of February 11th, 2025. The recommended action for this evening is that City Council find this item not subject to CEQA and adopt ordinance number 1158. That concludes staff's report. Staff's available for any questions that you may have.
Okay, and who did this?
This is the Finance Department.
I know, but who?
Ms. Michelle Danigan and her staff.
It's a guilty party here.
She's not here. It's Amy Massey. You were supposed to ask her last time. I'm just kidding. We worked together with Will Dan, our consultant, who prepared the presentation last time.
So that being said, I want to compliment you, and please compliment your staff. This was long overdue, okay? And I particularly like the way in which you were able to classify some of the new things that happen in our community as far as businesses that we were left out in the dark. I think the people feel more friendly when they come in now because they can actually find a line item of what they do and find out what the fee is. I thought you were very fair in the amounts of money that you charge for people that have a certain number of employees. I think it was also very important that you gave an opportunity for people to come in and discuss it with you, which we've never had a really good table like you put together. So if you let everybody know that was involved with it, I know it was a great amount of work, but it's a great document, okay?
Thank you.
Any questions? I'll move it. Second. Roll call.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a motion by Mayor Shaver, and I did hear Councilmember Warren get that second in. I'll now proceed with roll call vote. Councilmember Warren. Aye. Councilmember Barrios. Mayor Pro Tem Torres. Mayor Shaver.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Item passes 4.
B, this is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Stanton amending the development agreement between the City of Stanton and Stanton 2.0 LLC for certain real property located at 12331 and 12435 Beach Boulevard within the City of Stanton pursuant to the California Government Code Section 65864 ET making no CEQA findings that are in connection with this.
Thank you again, Mr. Mayor. As the title read by Mayor Shaver, this ordinance was also introduced at the regular City Council meeting of February 11, 2025. The recommended action for this evening is that City Council find this item not subject to CEQA and adopt ordinance number 1160. That concludes staff's report, and staff is available to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions? Okay, we have a recommended action is 1 and 2. Is there a motion? Roll call, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have a motion by Councilmember Warren, a second by Councilmember Barrios. So I now proceed with roll call vote. Councilmember Warren. Aye. Councilmember Barrios. Mayor Pro Tem Torres. Yes. And Mayor Shaver.
Yes.
Item passes 4.
We have no new business. Oral communication. At this time, the public may address the City Council on any items within our jurisdiction. Have we received any correspondence?
Mr. Mayor, we have none.
Is there anyone who'd like to address the, out there?
Hearing none, seeing none, sir.
Okay, good. So I will close oral communications, no written communications. Mayor, chairman, council initiated business. Committee reports, authority announcements. Okay. City council agency future meeting. Study session.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I have no items for tonight.
City manager.
Yes, Mayor and Council, I would like to invite Community Services Director Zenia Bobadilla to share about a senior fraud prevention event we will be hosting later this week.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. We are partnering with OC Supervisor Doug Chafee for a senior fraud prevention event this Thursday here at the banquet hall beginning at 9:30. Concluding at 11:30, we have presentations from the Sheriff's Department, the Postal Service, and the Office on Aging, and we have about 15 vendors coming out to provide resources and information as well. Thank you.
Okay. Orange County Sheriff, please.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council. In January of 2025, deputies responded to 1,853 calls for service, which is an average of 59 a day. They also observed 725 violations of law and conducted over 400 patrol checks of the city. Deputies made 74 arrests, which included 33 field bookings, 33 felony bookings, 25 misdemeanor bookings, 16 warrant bookings, and 3 DUI bookings. Stanton Motor Deputy issued 142 traffic citations, and deputies handled the following criminal activity in the month of January, which was 7 robberies using different types of weapons, 19 violent assaults, 16 burglaries, 51 thefts, and 8 stolen vehicles. The response times for January: priority 1, 4 minutes and 37 seconds, priority 2, 19 minutes, 24 seconds, and priority 3, 31 minutes and 19 seconds. Stanton investigations were busy for the month of January, and we currently have 71 cases open, and they closed 91 cases. The special enforcement team had over 200 contacts, 200 homeless contacts. 1 received services. They had 12 probation parolee contacts and 12 contacts related to prostitution. The special enforcement team arrests consisted of 13 felony arrests, 12 misdemeanor arrests, 1 stolen vehicle recovered, 6 warrant arrests, 6 human trafficking victims and/or related activities, and 2 investigative referrals. This concludes my presentation, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
I think it was about 2 weeks ago, I mentioned to you how everything looks so much better with quality of life issues in our city. But also, I want to let you know that one of the things I've noticed recently is the number of patrol cars that are coming through our residential neighbors. I've been getting some people call me and expressing their gratitude for that. I think that the visibility for that has been really remarkable, and it does give a sense of security to most of the neighborhoods that we have in our city. Also, I read over the last report you gave me on the number of arrests and things like, and proportionally they go up because the more you have activity out there, the more you're going to have crime. And so I just want to let you know that you guys are doing a good job. And I think that talking to my fellow council members, we all feel very positive about our Sheriff's Department, particularly our station. So if you'd please pass that on to the rank and file, we would really appreciate it. Okay?
Will do, and thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. My record for a city council meeting was 4.5 minutes. And because I had to give an award out tonight, I couldn't break my record, but it was okay because it was for Mary. But that being said, you all have a great week coming up. Also, I want to let you know that, we're going to have our next month is Women's History Month, okay? National History. So we'll be talking a little bit about that. That's coming up. And we also have our Women of Distinction because we just our nominations just closed. How are we doing on that? Okay? All right, good. So we're looking forward to having that come up. Also, we're looking forward to Easter. We're going to have probably the largest turnout because, I think we got rained out last year, didn't we? Yeah, I remember that. So hopefully everybody keep your fingers crossed that it's dry and we can break out the Easter baskets that we had from last year. All right, good night, everyone.